Hey guys, I'm back, of course. Today, I'm gonna share with y'all a story. Now, this story is gonna be out of the blue. Of course, it's gonna be out of the blue. This story, my wire's wrapped around my leg. This story is my little Roblox story. This Roblox story is going to be based on a roleplay I just got to do with one of my friends. One of my 4 subscribers. That person is one of my Roblox friends. She is very funny. She knows exactly what she's doing when we're doing roleplay, but we sometimes get sidetracked, of course. But this roleplay was amazing. Like, it was funny. It was funny. It was sad. It was dramatic, kinda. Let's dive into the story, I guess. Basically, it's an Elements of Sukio game. Basically, the roleplay. Athena, doggy, can you... Okay, go. Ah! Okay, so, the story is, my character was Thomas. He was a bit of a shy character. He wasn't really much of a person that could deal with people that much. Well, they're all wolves, so he couldn't deal with other wolves that much. He was very shy. He had a few social problems. I couldn't think for the second. I was like, what word am I looking for? Mental problems? What? I don't know. But then he comes, like, he's a Fire Clan, and like he comes across a girl of Ice Clan. Twist! Fire Clan meeting up with an Ice Clan, ends up liking her, but she don't know that he likes her yet. And Thomas, the character I was playing as, isn't really much of a character that's liked by other people. He's more of an outcast because he's different. He's a Fire Clan, but he looks like an Ice Clan because he's all white. Like, his fur is white, his clothes are white. Oh gosh. Like, he wore a little scarf with a cape on, like, it had like the bandana looking thing, and it has a cape. And he wore a little white bag with it. It was all white. His hair was white. His eyes were a deep frickin' white, but he was wearing a little weird thing on his eyes to where you can't see his eyes at all. It's like his eyes were just covered, but he could still see. Like, it was covered by a thick black bandana thing. And basically, he's sitting on a hill, looking over the Ice Clan. I mean, not the Ice Clan, the Fire Clan territory. And he's just looking around, like, just watching, looking, spying on the rest of his clanmates. And no one's really there, so he's just looking around, resting. And then... I'm tired, guys. Sorry, it's 11:10 at night. It's 11:10 p.m. So, this girl is behind him talking to a ghost pup. Like, literally, it's a puppy wolf that was killed by a demon who was an Ice Clan. Like, the puppy is Ice Clan. He was killed by a demon. He doesn't like Fire Clan that much, but he doesn't hate Fire Clan. And, then Jack, not Jack, diving off topic to another roleplay I do. Thomas, his leg was bleeding a little bit, but it was wrapped in a bandage, so he was fine. He did it all himself, like he just wrapped the bandage himself. So he was fine, but then the ghost pup caught eye of him, so he kind of walked up in front of him. And then Thomas's eye started to bleed a bit. Like, his eye started to bleed. Like, his right eye bled a little bit. And he was like, "Dude, you're bleeding!" He's like, "I know. I'm used to it. It don't hurt." I'm like, She is just there. Like, her name is Midnight. She's like behind him, listening. She's like, what is going on? Like, she's just wondering what's going on, and all of a sudden, Thomas's eyes catch on fire. Like, his eyes just on fire. And like, he's just sitting there, and so like the ghost pup's like, bro, your eyes on fire. I'm like, I know. I'm used to it. It don't hurt. And then like, his tail ignites into flames. While she's like behind him. His tail ignites into flames, and then he's like the ghost pup's already gone. His tail ignites into flames, and then he's like, I know you're there. He turns around, and then she just runs off. And he's like, stunned silence. He's like, oh well. Just jumps right into the Fire Clan dens and just goes to his little hunting den. He goes to sleep. And he has a lot of painful flashbacks. And then he just wakes up with a jolt. And he's like, what? What's going on? Then you notice his leg is bleeding like crazy. Like, his leg is bleeding heavily. And everyone else at the Fire Clan is already gone. They're, like, all scattered about the island of Sukio, or in Ice Clan territory. He just limps his way over there, like, just limping. He's like, ugh, ugh. But, of course, he's on 4 legs because he's a wolf, so he's just limping, like, just limping. And he finally reaches there. He goes into the healer's den, and turns out Midnight is there. Like, she, the strange girl from before, was already there. And then Thomas just passes out right on the leaves. Like, they have leaf mattresses made of leaves, and he just passes out on one of them. He starts having more painful flashbacks circling through his head, like they're all wiping across in his head. And he's like, Jack, no. Jack, don't go. No. Jack! Like, that's his dead brother, Jack. And, like, he's just like, Jack, no! Then he just wakes up. It's like, what? He wakes up and he just backs to as far as he can. He's like, backs up on the rocks as far as he can. And then, like, Midnight gives him a potion, and he's like, okay. He's like, he just drinks the potion from a bowl like a regular wolf would, because like they're on 4 legs, they can't pick anything up, they got paws. So he just laps up the potion in the bowl, and then he just kind of asks her if she heard him yelling in his sleep from that flashback, and she said yeah. Then he just stood silent from him, and then he just ran off. Like, they just ran away. And then, like, she later comes into... Like, she later comes outside the dens, and, like, Jack's entire body is lit on fire. He is angry. His eyes are bleeding. They are on fire. His entire body is on fire. And she just frickin' punches a tree with her paws. Like, she's shredding a tree to pieces with her paws and her claws. Like, she's literally just ripping a tree apart. And they're both angry, but like they haven't noticed each other. And then Jack kind of storms off to near the ocean at the edge of the island, and she goes to the frozen stream. Like, Jack's just sitting there at the sand. He's just sitting there in the sand. He's wandering. He's like, I need to find my brother Jack. Like, he doesn't know Jack's dead. He's like, I have to find him, no matter what. Then he just runs back into Fire Clan territory. A beautiful forest. Like, it's a beautiful forest. Oh, man. It's unbelievable. Some of you people who, if you have played Elements of Sukio, know what I'm talking about when I say that the forest is beautiful. When I'm talking about the entire map, then Midnight somehow wants to walk over there. Like, she just walks over there, and then, like, they kind of see each other, and then, like, she asks him why I've popped up everywhere, and I'm like, I don't know, I just tend to wander about. It's like, like, I tell her I'm like an outcast, I'm not liked much. Like, a lot of people don't really like me. I'm an outcast because I look different. Basically, racism. I hate racist people. But then she catches on with it. Like, she don't like me because she thinks I'm following her when I'm just wandering around. It's like I'm popping up everywhere. Oh gosh, she thinks I'm following her. Like, me and her are friends, so like it's a kind of regular roleplay. So like we set up a little thing and then like we do it. She thinks I'm following her. Then she tells me to stay on this side, stay in Fire Clan, like stay in the Fire Clan area. Goodbye, outcast. Like, she just calls me outcast. She refers to me as an item, saying like, hey, look, stay over here, outcast, instead of referring to my name, which is Thomas. And then, like, I just go into the dens. Like, I go into the hunting den, I just lay down. And, like, later, she walks into the Fire Clan dens, and, like, she's next to a little fallen tree. And, like, I just lay down and try to sleep at the entrance, and then she grabs a little stick and throws it at me, and then just runs off for a little sec, and then I'm like, ow. Through that. Who did it? I'm just going to sleep again. And she gets back to the tree, and like she grabs a stick and starts gnawing on it, and I wake up and like, no sticks getting thrown at me this time. No sticks. And then he's just sitting there watching every wolf. And then he's like thinking to himself. He's thinking to himself. He's like, it would be nice to talk to someone. Guess I can talk to her. And it's like, then he walks up there. He says, why are you here? And then she's like, oh, so I can't be here now? I'm like, no, it's not that. I quit throwing sticks at me! And she's like, no. I'm like, no, it's not that. I don't think you can't be here. Like, when you told me to stay over here, I thought you didn't like me, so I just obeyed and stayed over here. Plus, we barely know each other, so I was like, I stay over here. So, when you said for me to stay over here, I thought you didn't like me and didn't want to see me at all. Then she was like, and she just storms right off. And she goes to lay down outside the dens in the forest. Like, she just lays down somewhere in the forest, and then, like, Thomas runs out of the dens, and then just goes straight to the kind of beach, like the little beach path. Little path of sand. It's a big strip of sand that wraps around the entire island. He goes to one area, and he just splashes a bit of water on himself. He's just like, splash water on himself, trying to relax. But after that, he just digs a hole and just hides the shame. He's like this. Dig a hole, hide in shame. No one's gonna find me. And then she later comes walking down the beach. He jumps out and just starts running in the opposite direction. And then, like, she's just walking. And then, like, he just hides in a tree. Like, he just jumps and climbs into a tree. He just hides in the tree. Then he jumps higher into the tree and hides in the leaves. And she's just somewhere looking at the ocean. Thinking about narwhals. Yeah, she actually likes narwhals. Man, narwhals are funny. Like, she just looks at the water thinking of narwhals. It's basically a kind of whale-looking animal with a horn sticking out of its forehead. It's like, whoop. It's so freaking... it's so freaking funny, that narwhal commercial. And then, like, Jack climbs out the tree. He's like, I can try to make things right. I can try to apologize. And he just walks up to her and he's like, midnight. Midnight. And then she's like, she turns around and is like, ugh. What? He's like, I'm sorry. And she's like, yeah, right. I'm like, I'm serious, I'm sorry. All I meant was like, I thought you didn't like me because I'm an outcast. I mean, like, I like Ice Clan, but they don't like me. Still, I don't like my clan. I'm tired still. I'm like, I like Ice Clan. I'm telling you, I like Ice Clan. And she's like, and you find me to be trouble? And he's like, no, it's not that. I don't find you to be trouble. I'm serious right now. I like Ice Clan. It's like, they always say I'm not trouble, but then they always start acting like I'm trouble. And then he's like, he's facepalms. He's facepalmed himself and then just storms off in silence. And then he just jumps into a lake. And he just stays there at the bottom of the lake, just holding his breath like this. And she really don't care. And he's just staying there at the bottom of the lake. He's like... he's just thinking to himself. And then he gets out of the lake, he shakes off all the water, and he thanks to himself. I mean, I find her to be cute, but she don't like me. Should I tell her? Shouldn't I? Oh well. Here it goes, I'm telling her. She's at the beach. No one's there, she's just there by herself, and like, he walks up to her and he's like, midnight? And she turns around and is like, what? So like, I know you don't like me, but I like you. And then he's like screaming in his head, like in his head he's literally just screaming, please don't hit me! It's like, please don't hit me because I said that! Like he's preparing himself to get slapped in the face. He's like, please don't hit me! And then she walks up to him, slaps him right in the face. It's freaking... and it's like, I saw that coming, and I'm okay with it. And she's like, good. And then he just walks over to the water. He literally just sticks his head in the water like, here's water. Just sticks his head right in the water. And he looks around inside the water. And he's like, look, it's a narwhal! It's a narwhal! And he just rips his head out of the water. He's like, Midnight! Look at this, I found a narwhal! Look! Narwhal! And then she's like, narwhal! And she literally just jumps over and just shoves her head in the water. And she looks around, and Jack and like Thomas says the same thing. Like, they're both looking in the water, and then they see a crap ton of narwhals just swimming by, and they're like, narwhals! They're all just looking at the narwhals swim by. There's like, narwhals just swimming by. And then they get up. Like, she's still looking at the narwhals swim by in the water. And Thomas has a sword on his back that's keeping him warm. And it's on fire because, like, it's a fire sword. So it's a Fire Clan sword. It's on fire. It's on his back. It's keeping him warm on that cold night. They're both warm since they're both near his sword. And, like, he just grabs out a little paper and pencil. And he starts drawing every single wolf on the island. He starts drawing every single wolf with all his drawing skills. And they become anime wolves. And, like, he's drawing every single wolf. Fire and Ice Clan. And, like, they're all situated on the island. And, like, he just draws the entire background. He draws every single wolf. He draws himself, his brother, who's dead, Midnight and her sister Ender, and every other wolf. The alphas, the betas, the omegas, and the regular wolves. And then she gets her head out of the water, and then she looks at what Thomas is drawing. Then she grabs the paper and she looks at it. And she's like, what's this? It's like, it's an anime drawing. He's like, of what? Anime wolves. It's every single wolf on the island. And then she looks at it, she's like, looking around, she's like, hey, there's the outcast. Me and Ender. And then he looks closer and he's like, my brother's in there too. Then she notices a wolf staring at Thomas in the picture. And then she's like, she's got a stunned silence on her face. And then Thomas is like, that's my brother. He's dead. His name's Jack. And then she's like, I think I knew him. My sister used to go out with him a lot. And he's like, no wonder I've seen her before. And she's like, I used to tease my sister about her liking Jack. And then he's like, I did the same. Then she said she used to tackle me playfully until I stopped. And he's like, my brother threw me at a tree. And she's like, she threw me. And then she said, well, she threw me in the snow sometimes. And then he's like, yeah, but my brother literally threw me in the tree without holding back. It hurt like heck, though. And they both started laughing a little bit. And then Thomas was like, and he also kind of dragged me underwater and wouldn't let me out of the water for a while. And then she was like, well, my mother never really let Ender do that. And then, Thomas said, well, me and Jack were orphans. We lived alone. Jack, being the oldest, took on the role of being the parent. He was terrible at it. I had to help him. He was bad at it. I had to help him, so. And then they both kind of laughed a little bit, but then she kind of put down the drawing and kind of tossed a bit of sand at Jack, and he was like, hey! And he's like, tossed a bit of sand back at her, and then she tossed water on her. And then he just freaking jumped onto her, freaking tackling her, and like, he pinned her down, and like, they're both just staring at each other while Jack basically tackled her. He's basically jumped onto her, and then she's like, hey! And she does that playfully and kind of pushes him away and splashes sand at Thomas, and then he splashes water on her, and then she grabs a stick and throws it at him. He grabs the stick in midair and puts it down, but then she kind of realizes something. She picks up the stick and kind of starts chewing on it and remembers that her sister Ender is expecting her somewhere. And then, like, she's like, I gotta go. And then she, like, runs off back to the Ice Clan territory, and, like, then Jack's like, what happened? What just happened? That was kind of strange. Kind of walks back to the Fire Clan dens and goes into his little hunter den. And then he just lays down, thinking. He can't sleep right now, and he's just thinking like crazy. He's like, what just happened? What's wrong with her? Like, is something wrong? What just happened? What just happened? I feel like I felt something when we were playing. Ugh, crap. Like, I kind of felt something with her when we were playing for some reason. What just happened? Like, what happened? And then he went to the Forgiving Rock, or as I call it, the Forgiving Stone. And then he just starts praying. He's like, please, Forgiving Stone, watch over Midnight and protect her. Watch over her. Please. I'm begging you. Watch over her. I'm so I'm still tired, guys. It's like 11:31 p.m. He's like, please watch over her and protect her. Just please protect her. And then she had to go, like she's got off the server, and there's like, I have to go. And then like, I was like, okay. And then I got into YouTube and started like watching videos, and I was like, I'm gonna post a story, guys. Well, that concludes this little episode. Hope you all enjoyed it. If you like it, click the like button to click the like button to show me if you liked it. Post a few little post a few stories if y'all want on there. Also, click subscribe button if you want. Click the bell notification icon to become a notification knight or princess, depending on what you are, a guy or a girl. Notification knight for males or tomboy girls, and then notification princesses for girls, basically. So, hope y'all enjoyed it. I'll see you guys in the next video.